You know who Cardi B is?
Sure.
So Cardi B.
I mean, I don't have that much time for it, but I am alive, you know.
So Cardi B tweets out over the weekend, when y'all going to announce there's a recession coming? And so I wanted you to react to what Cardi B is saying.
Don't look to me to announce it. I'm not going to announce it. I don't think we're going to have a recession. It's not something that I would recommend to most people who are saving for their retirement. To me, it's a very risky investment.
Welcome to the Cryptoteacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And we have Janet Yellen asked about Cardi B and a recession. Guys, you can't make this up. And what did Janet Yellen say? You're not going to hear it from me. And she's exactly right. She's not going to tell you because we're already in a recession. Remember, Janet Yellen and Gary Gensler are the NWO's chess pieces. But she was right about the 401k. You definitely do not want cryptos inside of your 401k. I'm not your financial advisor, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But you can invest and store crypto yourself because this current market is going to be brought to its knees. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you. Now we have Mike from Grayscale speaking on the NASDAQ and Bitcoin moving lockstep. The reason why is because tech is going to take over the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have Crypto Dad speaking of Loomis and Gillibrand bill. And we've had several bills pushed, but none of them make national news. The reason why this bill is making national news is because it's behind the NWO's agenda. They're putting crypto, stable coins in the forefront. You have two women now speaking of cryptocurrencies, letting Americans know that crypto is here to stay. And these women are working for the Americans' benefit. And we know that's not correct. We know stable coins are nothing but digital dollars, and they're illegal. But we know the NWO is going to write them into existence, the same way they did with the Federal Reserve. But this time, guys, this money is going to be programmable, taking away all your privacy, telling you what, where, and when, and how to buy. And remember, the Cryptoteacher told you because he knows. When it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
We have talked perhaps pejoratively about Bitcoin oftentimes looking like a NASDAQ stock. And for a long time, it did, if you looked at that chart. But things have seemed to diverge a little bit, Michael. What do you think's happening?
Well, I think for a lot of investors, crypto and Bitcoin in particular continues to really be an area that's helping them to diversify their portfolios. I will say, though, that with this recent pullback in prices, a lot of the conversation has been less around the near-term volatility around crypto, and a lot more investors are focused on regulation and wanting regulatory clarity.
So Consensus historically was one of these conferences where, thousands of crypto enthusiasts went, but invariably you used to see in ahead of it and oftentimes after it a real surge in crypto. Do you think anything like that is happening right now?
Well, I think certainly being here on the ground in Austin this year and having Consensus move to this festival model, we're really seeing a broad range of type individuals and organizations showing up. You have everybody from the protocols themselves and the developers and the engineers on one end of the spectrum, all the way to the other side where we're actually spending time with not only politicians, but also some of the largest pensions and endowments that are really focused on diversifying their portfolios and actively exploring crypto allocations. So it's a different kind of consensus, but it's great to be back in person nonetheless.
Michael, react to this. I was talking to Janet Yellen yesterday here in Washington, and I asked her about Fidelity's plan to offer Bitcoin in 401ks. You know, as I think you know, the Labor Department has come out against that. She came out against that yesterday as well. She said, I don't think that's such a great idea. I imagine you're on the other end of it.
Well, I gotta say, I think it's a little bit short-sighted and a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction to be restricting access to Bitcoin in retirement accounts. Andrew, as you know, a lot of investors investors who are thinking about their Bitcoin allocations are doing so over the long term. They believe it's early days for this asset class. And so what better way to think about that allocation than in a 401k or an IRA? Not only are investors wanting to do so with Bitcoin directly, but some of the reasons a lot of people have bought Grayscale's product, ticker GBTC, is because it gives them direct access to Bitcoin in the form of a security in those exact type of accounts. So ultimately, I do think this is something investors want, and they definitely want it in a tax advantage manner as well.
What's so important about the bill is, firstly, it is the first step that Congress is taking to wade into crypto broadly, not just narrowly in a few narrow areas, but crypto as fully realized, and not just as a tradable asset class, but its full potential to really revolutionize money and finance and banking. And so that is so important. Secondly, it's bipartisan. The only thing that's really going to emerge, in fact, we need it to emerge as bipartisan so that one party is not vested against it, another party vested in it. We need both parties vested in it. And it's comprehensive. It really addresses everything from tax issues to regulatory issues to national security issues. So I really commend the two senators for coming together on this. This is going to be the bill on which other issues are latched onto, whether it gets done this year or next year. The important step is it's bipartisan and it's comprehensive.
We're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leverage to technology, and I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort, and China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team Save the Village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Team Save New York. From COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Team goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.